Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And it is your preview show, Manchester United versus Southampton. And let's see if 3 points can be achieved in this game. And hello, folks, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And yes, it is that time. It is preview show, and it's Manchester United versus Southampton. And I'm joined by Talk MU, Yankee Talk Smack. I wonder if Man United can lay the smackdown on Southampton. And as always, Monday. How are we doing, guys, today?
Yeah, just to clarify, I'm okay. Now, you know, it's been a bad week so far. Even though we got a point, but Arsenal result is not looking good for us. And the top four race is hot on at the moment. So tomorrow is a massive game for us. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to discussing it with the dream team. Connor's in the house, Mr. Talk MU, and Solo. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's get into this.
Connor, how are we doing, sir? And after that, as what Armando said, the worst part about it, Banter FC got 3 points yesterday. I don't understand how they got it. They got another man sent off yesterday and 3 points in the bag. And I think they've got a game in hand above us as well, don't they?
It's going to be an interesting last couple months of the season. So we'll just really have to see how this plays out at this point. De Gea is calling us cursed. I don't know. Part of me kind of wants to believe it because honestly, at this point, with how big United is, I wouldn't doubt if someone's put some juju on us or some curse. But we need to win. It's a loss this weekend. It's not acceptable.
Yeah. And Talk, how you feeling, mate? Because you got the takeaway after this as well, haven't you?
Yeah, got a takeaway. I don't mean a takeaway. I mean a Friday night takeaway. Yeah, I agree with what Amanda said there. It's been a tough week, and I've been very disappointed. And so, I just feel like the team, if any team can actually sort of now take this challenge on and run with it, it's us. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping tomorrow that we do actually go there and go out on the pitch and actually, assert ourselves and absorb whatever they bring to the party, and we do what we've got to do and finish our dinner.
Yeah, and Monday, I'm going to use a terminology now where and I'm not going to say if you and Talk will know this, Yankee, but it's like Doppia Bada everybody at United, isn't it? On Monday.
That's how it seemed. Now we need cleansing. We need to cleanse this. We got the right man in the job. I mean, after listening to Ralph today, man, I still endorse him. I think he knows what he's doing, and he's gonna cleanse and put some holy water upon the team there, and get everything fixed up nice.
Yeah, big up Pat as well in the comments. What's the story, guys? Happy Friday, Pat. Big up. And Pat, thank you so much for being a member. I think you might change soon your badge for being a member. Talk, am I right or not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
Pat, big up.
That's huge news.
Yeah, Pat, big up. Thank you for being a member of the channel as well. Appreciate that. So the United perspective in is it Anja? How do you pronounce his name? On Monday, you always pronounce his name right.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
I'm a bit rusty.
Alejandro Troche.
There you go. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you. Big up as well. All the way from Puerto Rico. Do some salsa. Woo!
Yeah, that's when I always used to say Costa Rica for some reason. I have no idea why, but I always said that.
Well, you still watch. What's his name? What's that kitchen called again? You watch? Tell us.
Ras Kitchen.
Ras Kitchen. What Ras?
And listen, let me just tell everybody.
Oh, big up.
Go and check it out. Ras Kitchen YouTube. Ital food, Jamaican lifestyle, absolutely top draw, top notch, brilliant.
Thank you so much. Hold on, sorry guys. We just got another new member. Welcome, the United perspective. Big up, welcome to us. Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to United family, United Agenda family.
Yep, there you go, guys. Welcome to the family, and it's So, guys, as we said on it, welcome to the Man United Agenda family, guys. Respect to everyone. So, as Doppy Abadaros, Mr. B in the comment, he'll know what that mean. Guys, massive, huge game for us against Southampton. Southampton, was it 1-0 or 2-0 down against, or 2-1 down against Tottenham? Come back to beat Tottenham.
Yeah.
Player we've got to look out for is one, was it Prowse? I'm going to say Prowse.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse, yeah.
Will Prowse. I'm not going to get his name wrong. Yep.
We can't give away free kicks. That's literally the only goal for this next game.
Not just that, we can't let him drift, because what he does well is he identifies really great space, and he can receive the ball, and he's got time to really get his foot on it. He's got a wonderful right foot.
Welcome, and it's a pleasure having you on. Just need to read that out. Brilliant. Sorry, go on, talk.
I was just saying he's got a wonderful right foot, Ward-Prowse, and some of the goals though in that Tottenham game, when you watch back at it, there's some seriously terrible defending. But that's what they'll do to you. If you look at one point, there's like six Southampton players in the box on an attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got to be really, really on it. I think that's where, for us, our game tomorrow, we're going to have to be so focused when we're out of possession of the ball, and they're trying to, pour it on us in that kind of 4-2-2/4-4-2 formation that they play. I can't quite work out what it is, but
Hustle, the manager as well. Southampton manager's coming to this as well, and I don't remember if you guys remember his debut, but someone was in the crowd at Southampton and got mistaken for him instead in the crowd. Does anyone remember that?
Yep, I remember Hassan Huddle. Hassan Huddle, I think, tweeted about it or talked about it in the post-game press conference.
Yeah. Someone actually went in the crowd. I was watching the game, and actually someone physically went in to the crowd thinking it was him, but it wasn't. It was a lookalike. It was brilliant. But anyway, he's part of Ranieri's sort of experiment where
he's a disciple.
He came through the rank of Ralf Ranieri, so he'll know and understand. Ralf in his press conference came out today and mentioned, obviously, he knows his number two and the video analyst guy. He knows him as well, very well. They've met a couple of years ago as well with it. Guys, Southampton, they're no fools, are they? It doesn't seem like within the team they've got any big players apart from Will Prowse. But
I'd say they have a couple other really good players that need to be watched at.
Yeah, go on.
For sure. A little bit of Scottish bias. Che Adams is a phenomenal player. He's been absolutely capturing form. Captured it last season at the end of the season. He's been great up top for them. Armando Broja has been great on loan from Chelsea. Armstrong, someone you kind of got to look at and remember. And then in the defense, Mohamed Salisu is probably one of their best, if not Jan Bednarek, who's also they've got some phenomenal players there. There's a reason that right now they're, I think, 10th. They're not, scraping anywhere near relegation right now. And there's a reason for it. They've got a decent amount of good players all over the squad that we need to make sure we keep an eye on.
It's not the best run of form that they've been on though recently, to be fair, is it? I mean, it's not, they've kind of sort of up and down, aren't they, really?
I don't know, guys. I think when you look at last year, they went on a run. They couldn't buy a win, and they were sort of falling down the table and couldn't get anything going. But the issue where I think they've really improved, I was watching them against Spurs the other day, is, I know you're talking about the players. The players are good players, and they bought well. Even the left back they've got, they bought him in cheap. He's proved to be a really good player as well, the French guy. But they've had time to have training, to get well drilled in the system, and now it comes easy for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're watching them the other night, it was easy. They could fall back on that system. They could create chances. I mean, you got a little ex-Spurs guy who used to be what's his name? The ex-Spurs right back. He's playing for them now, railing up and down. He's been a revelation since he's gone there.
Oh yeah, Kyle Walker-Peters. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a decent revelation. Well. I thought when he went there, I thought, oh God, he's gone on the slide, but he's really proven to be a really good player. But what the main thing for me is the team and the manager. Clearly, what he done at Red Bull. You were saying earlier, they worked together. Ralf and the Southampton manager worked together at Red Bull. Obviously, there's a bit of a clash about styles, about being a bit more. They couldn't really break teams down at one period of time, and the Southampton manager decided to sort of tweak it and change it, so it wouldn't be so rigid. and Ralph apparently was against it. But then there's another source that says he was down with it. He welcomed it. So it's interesting to see the style, how people can create the basic format for it, and then managers can tweak it to their own liking. And that's what seems like the Southampton manager's done. And yeah, the evidence is there. I mean, working with players that probably and a budget that's not as great as other teams. When you see them get results like that at Chelsea, at Tottenham, forgive me. I wish it was. I'm glad it was Tottenham. I'm glad it was Tottenham because they got games in hand of us. When you see results like that and you see the way they played, the character, it shows. Give managers time to coach the system into the team, and then you'll get results. It doesn't happen overnight. That's my message.
And for that as well, going on to it as well, I know we're saying a talk you were saying about them sitting in 10th, and obviously we can't beat around the bush but for me, looking at Southampton, the way they're playing, especially if you watch them against Spurs, how they set up and how they play, and it was almost like a fluidity of football constantly. They were literally on the front foot all the time. Now, looking at Man United, when we play, look how long our build-up is to get to the sort of the final third of the pitch. It takes a lot longer. If you look at Southampton, and again, I know I was doing a preview show, and I looked at one of the build-up play. It took them 6 seconds from the goal kick to hit the attackers against Tottenham. That's how fluid they played. And this is the worry about Man United now. Again, I don't know if anyone see it, but in Ralph's press conference, and guys, work with me here. He mentioned in his press conference about the 2 number 8s. Yeah. Now, how many number 8s was playing? Because the way I look at it was, I thought we didn't have we basically, is he talking about Scott? Is he talking about Bruno? No. Is he talking about, who is he talking about? Because when that whole play happened, and then Sancho he turned around, so it has to be, because when he turned around, he said Maguire and Scott, basically they should have defended better, but he didn't blame them two though, did he? He blamed more or less the 2 number 8s.
I think they're Pogba and Bruno, because Bruno, like Amandi's been calling for all year, is now starting to drop deeper, which Amandi's been asking for since Bruno became a thing at United. Probably been asking for him to drop deeper into the team. So I think they both probably are who he's complaining about, because you saw Pogba kind of wanted to stay a little bit higher, picked up a yellow, and then kind of just to stand up, and then you saw Bruno, who was getting back, but there's a difference between getting back and playing defense in our own zone, because you see players like Cavani. Cavani will go back even in our own 18 box to play defense for this side. A lot of our midfielders that play up more forward, like Bruno and Pogba, refuse to get into our own box to play defense.
Yeah, and welcome to the channel, Proud Terrace. Welcome to the channel. Talk. Again, you did the reaction show, the preview shows, the watch along. So you probably watched the show, the game against the game the other day a bit more closely, rather than saying, for me, I did watch the game, but I didn't catch all of it because me being me, I'm more or less at work anyway. So I have to catch everything on highlights. But looking more in depth in the game, the first 20 minutes, we actually played decent. The first 20 minutes.
We're a good team first half.
It was all right. It was all right. There was some good elements to play, but again, there's those. It's kind of stop start. It's never a continuous effect of what's being talked about in training, what they're doing in training, in my opinion. So. It's about it's about instruction and desire to go out and work hard to fulfill those instructions, what you're being told that has to do. If you ain't got that desire to go out there and do that, then you're always going to struggle. And this is the case when you look at Southampton: communication, instruction, and desire to go out and work hard to do it. That's what they do, because they believe in what the manager's doing and everything else. Now, for me, I mean, there's a serious mentality issue going on at our club right now. And I don't know if it's because of the size of the task that is in front of these players. Because you look at that, what they're being asked to do here, it's massive. It is absolutely massive. We've not done nothing for so long. They're being asked to do this task when we were, the team dominating for all those years, trebles, doubles. just slapping everybody up, and now all of a sudden it's all gone, and now it's down it's on their toes. And I think there's a huge mentality block here. And if they can't, if Ralph Rangnick and his psychology guy, I can't remember the guy's name, can't get them to make sense of this whole situation, of the expectation and what is required in terms of how they're approaching it with their own mindset, we're going to be pissing in the wind all for eternity, as long as these players don't adjust their mental outlook. It's as simple as that for me.
Yeah. And I'm going back on Monday.
Yeah, I just want to follow up on that. I think you asked a question about Ralph, and if you listen to Ralph, I mean, let Ralph answer for himself. He actually says
he's brilliant. Brilliant.
He actually says he's seen development. You mentioned about the first 20 minutes or the first half the other day when we created a lot of chances, and we did the same against Middlesbrough. So I think this is what he's referring to when he's saying about seeing development. He's seeing everything he's working on in training come into fruition, and we're creating chances. But the issue is now we're not really scoring enough goals, and we should be blowing like Burnley away. It should have been maybe 2-3 up based on the chances, clear-cut chances we had and the play that we had. So I'm confident about us playing well and seeing development. It's just that we eased up in the second half and they came and scored. And the question you were saying about the 2 number 8s and that kind of thing, we've had a lot of time to look at it now, and I think in that situation we countered, and we had Pogba, Bruno and McTominay all high up the pitch, and then they were all tracing back, and it's very difficult when you really break it down. Maybe one of the 3, maybe Pogba or McTominay should have sort of held back and sort of, not chase so much and sort of get their position, and maybe, things might have been different. But we move on. But the main thing is, I think what Rangnick was saying is that we need to keep this going now. And so I agree with Talk MU there, what he said about character. Arsenal, they showed a lot of character yesterday. I'm saying it on the Man United agenda. Yes, they did.
Oh, they're your second favourite team.
Today they're my second favourite team. Yeah, they beat Wolves, and I didn't expect them to beat Wolves at Wolves. Wolves are really good. I watched Neves yesterday. I thought he was really outstanding. The way he just fills in and just his technique, getting the ball, just comfortable, just fluid for him. I thought he was outstanding. I thought Wolves as a unit were outstanding. They kept whipping in balls, but I realised after a while, once they went 1-0 down, they don't score enough goals either. So they're in a process. Once they click and start to get their stuff together, they'll be okay. And the same applies for Manchester United. We just need to get those goals coming in. And I do like the progression. I do like what I'm seeing about creating chances. And I think once we do start burying stuff, Ronaldo can double his goal tally and get to 16 like Salah. I can't believe I was looking today. He's got 8 goals and Salah's got 16. He must be thinking, man, I want a piece of this golden boot. He must have said it from the start. So we need to start feeding him more. And that's what Ralph said as well. He was asked a question about Ronaldo and his goals. And I think once we start feeding him and the supply line just picks up a little bit, we will improve. So I'm quite confident. But this Southampton team, like I said earlier, they've had time under the manager to get that system drilled into them. That's why they're so fluid now. And that's sometimes you can fall back on that when you've got that well drilled into your system.
And let's go to Connor. Connor, have you heard anything regarding his press conference? Was anything that's outstanding that you thought, key pointers? Because some of the key pointers I've picked up with him was one regarding creating the chances, but obviously we're not finishing it. So we are creating a lot of chances at United. He obviously talked about the 2 number 8s, where I'm sitting there getting a bit confused with it, because I'm sitting there thinking, but then once I rewatched and I realized what he was talking about, it then gave me the idea. Well, I think, if I'm right to say, that one player was sitting, then he went on to talk about the whole Maguire thing. And I think also we got to bear in mind as well, guys, I'm going to go to you, obviously, Connor, with the whole Maguire situation. And he did discuss in deep regarding Harry Maguire, saying Harry Maguire was injured. He then came back within 2 weeks. He played really well against West Ham. And I think the form in some ways dipped. So as much as we blame Harry Maguire for that goal, there's other players like Ralph Rangnick came out and actually blamed as well, not just Harry Maguire. If anything, he defended Harry Maguire and Scott.
I don't care if he was just injured. Him letting Weghorst buy him like that is incredibly shit. And then him letting Rodriguez do whatever he wanted when he got the ball to score was also terrible. I don't care how injured you are. If you're that injured, if you're not ready to be on form as soon as you step back on the pitch, you shouldn't be coming back on the pitch. I hate this rushing someone back on because they need to play like Maguire. When if you're going to come out later with the excuse that, oh, he's just coming off an injury, if he's that not fresh, why are you playing him? Explain to me, why is he on the pitch? If you're going to play him, this is why there's the tried and true way that when someone's coming back from injury, you start them as a sub, right? You have them as on the bench the first game, you sub them on, they play a little bit, they get that ring rust off a little bit, where they're only playing maybe 30, 40 minutes. You don't just throw him straight onto the front line.
But
and then just
right,
after
sorry,
go,
sorry.
no, he was injured.
So can I ask a question then? Let's go to Armando. Why do you think Man United constantly keep rushing these players back? I am coming back to you as well, Connor. I will come back to you so you can finish up. Why do you think we actually rush these players back? Because it seems like it's a constant thing, isn't it? A player get injured. Oh no, yes, come on. Look at Luke Shaw. Same thing with Luke Shaw. Wan-Bissaka. Same thing with Wan-Bissaka. Harry Maguire is the same thing. Paul Pogba is probably the only player out there who I've noticed who didn't get rushed back.
I think it's just down to the importance of the player. You look at Telles. Telles is back now, but he's probably not going to start, they said, because he hasn't got match fitness. So how do you get match fitness? I don't know. If you're not playing under 23s or reserve or behind the closed doors games, you know? I think player like Maguire and Pogba. Pogba's been out for a long time, so you have to ease him back. You don't want him to get injured again. You know, Errol, that and other guys have said on the show, he gets injured for 2-3 months every year, apparently. Every season he gets that. So you want to ease him back because he's going to be very important coming back. So I think you have to judge each player by their own injury and see how they are, and also by their importance in the side. I think Harry Maguire last season, he was rushed back, wasn't he? He got injured towards the end of the season. We lost at Leicester, lost to Liverpool in those 2 games. Then he didn't make the final for the Europa League as well. But he was out. And I think to yourself, well, if he was there, he would have done all right for us. And that shows the importance of him in the side. I think in seniority, because he's captain as well, you're probably thinking, get him back in, get him that run of games and get his confidence back, which I do believe, which I also reason why I think he should start on Saturday as well, after what's a dreadful week that he's had. Not just on the pitch, but with the backlash. I don't know if Connor,
Go on, Connor. I'm taking care of Karen. Oh, sorry.
I mean, look, Maguire is a big money asset, and we're in a big money race. You use your big money assets in a big money race. Simple as that, isn't it? You got to use Harry Maguire. And at the end of the day, we have to trust to him learning from any mistakes that he makes, and also a better understanding between him and whoever is tasked with being that more defensive-minded midfield player. You know what I mean? This has to be worked on in training, just because, that situation that occurred where Weghorst turned the pair of them inside out, and we know how it ended. That could have been totally avoided through better communication and understanding of their responsibilities. And I've banged on about this for ages, about other managers like Pep, like Klopp. They will give very specific and simple instructions to each player. You have to concentrate on those instructions and carry them out to a T and keep your eye on the game at all times. If you don't do that, that's how you can end up in a right mess like that. And at the times as well, when you see Pogba and McTominay so sharing the same square meter, you're like, what are you doing? Even on the same line, it annoys me. That's a basic of midfield playing a double pivot. You don't want both of them on the same line any time. One further ahead of the other, folks.
Yeah. So again, right. You know what, Connor, we'll come to you now, and then we're going to go read some comments out. Some guys got some very, very key points they're bringing out at the moment.
The Maguire being dropped. Here's the thing: if we drop him, who do we play? Do we trust Bailly? I don't. Bailly's out, and I don't trust him anyway, even if he was playing. Jones?
I trust Jones.
Honestly, I would not mind throwing Jones in, especially to send a message. You cannot let these players believe that they are God or that they deserve. They have a natural born right to this team. At this point, with how stuck up, bratty, and just absolutely toxic most of this locker room is, you cannot let anybody believe that they have a tried and true spot every single week in this team. Form has to be taken into account week in, week out. So to get into Maguire's head that he's playing like shite and he needs to step it up, you need to bench him and go play Jones against Southampton. I say do it.
You can't.
I say
You can't mess up partnerships like that. It's really crucial that you have to sort of. We only got league games now and Champions League, obviously, but I think it's crucial.
Yeah, we're talking about only the league games.
That partnership just got us knocked out of the cup and then lost and then had us draw against Burnley. Of course, I want to blow up the cup right now. Why do you want to keep a line? Why not experiment with it when you have a partnership that's, especially when one part of the partnership is the reason we pretty much ended up giving up that goal. If he actually gets his tunnel vision and his head out of his ass and doesn't go in stupidly and then just holds back when McTominay was on Weghorst. There's no need to double team him there because then he just skinned both of them and he was through. If Maguire actually uses his freaking brain. I don't know if he left his brain in Greece. I don't know. But if he uses his brain and just stays back, that goal never happens. So if we need to show him, hey, you are not invincible by putting his ass on the bench, I'm all here for it.
Yeah. The thing with that, though, is I know, Armando, you just said about partnership, but if Lindelof is back, why we don't play Lindelof instead? Just asking, because it seems like everyone Veron has a good partnership. Them two have a very good understanding. And they've been doing really well.
For me, it's about seniority. I think Maguire is more senior to Lindelof. It's been proven out over the last couple of years. If he's on a bad run of form, and like Connor's saying, which does make a lot of sense, that he hasn't been playing well, and you drop him. Sometimes you have to think of it: is he the sort of player who's going to react well to that? Is that put his head down, or does he need the confidence to say, right, you are captain, things aren't going well, go back in there and make amends? He
doesn't react well to play.
Judging by like the 2 penalties he scored in the shootout, I've seen him score in the in the final, the Euros Championship. He stepped up and took a really good penalty. Everyone would have murdered him if he would have missed that. And I think he's shown a lot of character at certain times. And this at this moment, this time as well, he's down, his head's down. You expect his head to be down with the amount of abuse and criticism he's been getting. So I just think you've got to just continue with it. It's a good statement to say, right, I'm going to continue with it. Just like, for example, like what Ralph said in his press conference today, he said he wasn't criticising Maguire or McTominay, the two guys that most of us who were observing the game felt were at fault for some things, So he defended them. But then he did pull up the 2 number 8s, would have been Pogba and Bruno. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's that kind of psychology thing about it. So I think he's got to start Maguire. I know people say I'm being biased because I like Maguire, but I just think he's got to start him based on seniority and based on what he said today in the press conference.
Seniority doesn't matter when you're playing like shit.
Yeah, I granted. That's granted. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know whether Maguire's how he gets inspired and how you can lift him. And if you can give him another opportunity to sort of turn this around, because if you drop him now, it's going to be really hard to come back from.
Monday, this is a question for you. Oh, sorry, Talk. This is a question for Monday. Sola, ask Monday if Ralph said the same thing I did about the Burnley goal, please.
Yeah, so Ralph said in the press conference, you are correct, Bath Time. I mean, I'm happy to, think. I still, there's points I agree, points I don't agree. But he did say about number 8s having an issue with that. And I think that's what you were highlighting as well, that it wasn't just McTominay. You were saying Bruno as well and Pogba were at fault, if I believe, you've got a good video out as well. So I think Ralph was sort of saying the same thing you are. But I also think there's an element of he wants to defend McTominay and Maguire, as I just said, in that. And sometimes you pick out the 2 senior players like Bruno and Pogba. It shows a bit of balance there, and it shows a bit of psychology as well. A bit like Fergie when saying Cantona done a kung fu kick. He come back. Lee Sharp tells a brilliant story. Goes after Crystal Palace. Cantona does a kung fu kick. Goes in and says, "Oh, you're rubbish. You're rubbish. You're rubbish. You're rubbish." Then goes to Cantona after he got sent off and we got a draw. And he says, "Oh, don't be doing that again," or something like that. So it's about balance. It's about managing egos and managing things. So what Ralph does, I trust that he can do that properly. It might not. I do think you made valid points though about what you said about the goal. About it's not just McTominay in a way. There are other players involved. But like I'm saying, with Southampton, they've had time to drill this system in, and they're showing results now. give Ralph more time to get it right because the
I
players.
will give you one quote. I will give you one credit.
11 versus 11 on a pitch. We say, oh, what's that? That's amateur. That's what. But it's clearly they're trying to get things right with the system. That's what counts. So once that clicks,
I will say with Maguire, you need him to play. With Maguire, I will say as much as I would bench him. Now that comes to mind. With Broja playing, he needs to play. Broja's 6'3". With a bigger guy like that playing on that front line, you're going to need someone like Maguire because we've seen that Lindelof, if he's got a one weakness, is that he is absolutely pitiful in the air.
Yeah, that's
when it comes to aerial goals, he's pitiful.
It's a tough one. Amanda, would you mind reading some of these comments up for us, please? I think what we need to do, though, is read the one that's in green first, the main one in greens. Highlighting greens first.
So obviously, this is what all of you guys should be doing. Become a new member. I want to say hi to United Perspective. Big up, man. He's become a new member of our YouTube channel and part of the family. So you can come and eat chicken with me on Sunday for Sunday dinner.
I want some curry goat, man. Forget that. It's all about curry goat, man.
And if you're in Manchester, you can go and eat with Talk MU. And if you're in the USA of A, you can go sit down. I'm sure Connor's got a chair for you too.
Hold on. But remember, if you're in Manchester, it's not called dinner. It's called tea. All right?
That's not. It's not tea. It's never tea.
And we got the YouTube guys in the house. Obviously, I want to say big up to Box because Box is always thereabouts, and he's always got some knowledge and wisdom. And we're tapping into it right now by saying the players were unhappy with Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Carrick, Moyes, and Rangnick. When are they going to realize we are unhappy players? We are unhappy with the players. So when are they going to realize we are unhappy with the players? Okay. So, yeah, maybe it's a bit of all this unhappiness about training. It's always an excuse sometimes for the poor form. I want to say hi to Matthew Bassett as well. He fears for the game how brittle we are in defence and midfield and how Southampton press high up the pitch. Good observation. Yeah. And obviously, big up bath time with Vaughan. He says Southampton are rubbish. As long as Bruno isn't fired all over the pitch like a drug user, we will be fine, he says. That's a bit brutal. Connor, can you be as brutal as that?
When are we words bath time, man? Jeez.
Here we go. So, United Perspective, he says he agrees with Solo, not a team to disrespect. They just beat Tottenham, that's true, and they drew City. So, they're
10th. It's not like they're bottom of it's not like they're bottom of the league like they have been in the past couple of years. They're mid-table. They're above Leicester at the moment. This is a team that we cannot trifle with. They're not so far away from us that this is a team we can just take for granted.
Yeah. True. Because Bath Times even bigging up after Pep, he says the Southampton manager Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann is the manager over at Bayern Munich. Hansen was the one that's over
at yeah. So he says after Pep, Nagelsmann, who's also come under, he worked with Ralph, known to Ralph.
Is that a late Wally of the week right there?
So yeah. I'll take that. So he's also saying these are the two best for tactics in world football.
Yeah, Nagelsmann's phenomenal.
You also have to remember Nagelsmann's sort of come from a student of Ralph in a way. So as is the Southampton manager. Hi, Andrew Williams. He said, good evening all. United should win tomorrow. Saints going to find it tough to lift themselves back up so soon. Yeah, playing a Wednesday and then a Saturday morning. That's tough, isn't it? That is tough. So there's advantage for us. I want to say hi to Mehdi as well. If Maguire starts, I'm in danger of going into a big depression, he says. Oh, gosh. And finally, I'm going to go for one last point here, and it's about Maguire. It's from Matthew Bassett again. He said, Maguire is the worst captain in the history of Manchester United. He's an embarrassment who refuses to accept valid criticism.
So, guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe to the Man United Agenda. And also, we're going to go and we're going to ask you guys what your opinion is regarding this whole thing where big up Mark all the way from Australia. Good day, mate. If I did that right, I'm not sure if I did it right.
So let's go to
yeah, let's go to talk first. There's 10 in the chat, so if we could hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. So we're going to go into this whole thing with the lazyitis, I call it. Players are saying the management and also coaching staff, should I say, training isn't up to scratch and it's dated. Now, is that an excuse because they're training 2 to 3 times a day, where before at Man United they're only training from 9 o'clock till 11:30, or
They gotta get home
is it
before
this
5.
thing with player power now, especially at Man United, because it seems like Man United players can decide who the new manager is at Manchester United. When has that ever happened at Man United? Players are making decision who they want to be manager. Let's kickstart before we get into that debate anyway. And what we want to do is we want to talk about the whole situation right now with Talk MU and kickstart for us, please. These players are coming in, and save some because I know you got a lot to talk about after this show on your show as well. So
I'll be very brief. I think, listen, we always need to remember that a lot of stuff is taken out of context, and where are these rumors coming from? That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. On Monday. That was brief. Talk.
Well,
you're sure you're right. You're right.
You know what? That's just a teaser. That's just a little teaser from Talk. That means tune in later to find out what Talk really thinks on his show.
Yes.
He's not revealing it just yet. That's right. So I'll be tuning in at 10 to find out what Talk has to say about that. I just think it's pathetic, really. Bad run of results. And then suddenly the story comes out, being leaked by whoever. They're saying that they weren't happy to train. It's not dynamic enough. The players apparently want dynamic drills, which will keep the match sharp. But instead, they're doing 11-11. This is what I'm reading. I don't believe it. I'm what like Talk says. I'm wondering, well, where's this coming from? This same sort of thing happened with towards the end of Ollie's reign. Some sort of negative stuff was coming out about the training, and someone was talking, whatever. But Ralph, I just listen to what Ralph says. Ralph, if anyone. I advise anyone to listen to Ralph's press conferences. They're really sort of insightful. I just think he's right. 11-11 is what we need to do because people don't know where they're supposed to be in match situations. Match situations, not five-a-side. We're not playing in a goals five-a-side league or little trainings, like little small-sided games. We're playing 11-11, so I think it's good to keep picking it out. And if I was a coach, I'd be out there with my whistle, stopping a player, saying, "Oh, stop! Where should you be? Where should you be?" Because that's the issue that we're having. We've got the video analysis as well, and then we've also got we've got to keep drilling that on the training pitch as well. So 11-11 is fine by me. I'm happy with that. The players aren't. They need to hush up and just take their wages and know that the manager is in charge.
The training literally needs to be just 100%. Can you actually put the ball in the back of the net at this point? Like I said at the post-game review of the Burnley match, 53, 54 shots in 2 games. We have 2 goals that come from it. Right now, if I'm Ralph, literally just sit them in front of the goal and say, "Can you actually finish?"
It's
That's
the
your
quality
training.
of the chances, though, that are being created as well that we have a little bit of an issue with. I mean, and also the decision making at the point, especially in the final third, the decision making needs to. I exactly what you said there Monday is absolutely bang on. 11v11 goes alongside video analysis. You get sent home. I want you to watch this. I want you to understand it, and when you come back tomorrow for training, we're going to act it out on the pitch.
What Talk? Wasn't there something about the video analysts? They did get homework, and apparently they refused to actually do anything at all. They didn't like it.
Apparently, again, rumours were saying that apparently they didn't like having to take stuff home because it was interfering with their home life. It's like, wait a minute. At the end of the day, what do you want to do?
Where are these rumors coming from? Who's saying this?
I don't know.
Coming out what do you know? What the problem is, though? The problem is they have someone internally. They got a PR person internally who leaks stuff because it's Man United, isn't it? So they need to talk about something. So the rumor is, again, it's just rumors. There might be someone inside who is leaking this information.
I do have the squad that just showed up at the hotel. There is a player missing. I don't know if he was mentioned.
Matic.
Who's that?
Matic.
Armando's going to be upset now.
He's out. He's not back here. He's not fit. Is he?
No, he's not fit. He's not fit.
Although I know this isn't having to do with the game, but I also put in there's some huge contract news out of Leicester that dropped right after we started. And that's it. Yuri Tielemans from Leicester has basically said he will not sign a new contract with the Foxes at all. He's looking to see out his contract to get moved on as quickly as possible.
He's got another year. It's
2023 is expiring.
Yeah. Man United will move on by then.
You think it'd be a good idea, though? You think it's a good idea to get him though this summer? 30 million is what his value is at right now with almost an expiring contract. I think 30 million for a guy like that you have to go for.
There's no way. I'll tell you this right now. There's no way we're going to go to Leicester City and say, "Yeah, there's 30 million. And they're going to give us Tielemans." No chance whatsoever. They're going to want at least 60. Tell you that
Yeah,
right
they
now. I
will,
don't
yeah,
care what
they
he's
will.
valued at right now, but he's worth more than that all day
Yeah,
long.
if I valued Lingard at 40 million in the in the
I
summer
completely
transfer
understand.
window, yeah, if I valued him at that price, yeah, it's going to be roughly. And Tielemans is a lot better than Messi Lingard. So yeah, let's put it out there. I trust Fred more of a Maguire centre back. Who did I have that conversation with the other day? I swear I spoke to someone and I was winding them up and I said we might as well play Fred at centre back. I swear on Monday when we had that heated conversation on WhatsApp the other day, and I said something stupid like that. It was stupid anyway. But guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're at the moment on 27 likes and there's 11 people in the chat. So just give the channel a bit of support. Thank you so much. Now, guys, have your predicted team lineup who you think will start. And I'm going to put mine up on screen now and see if
Before
you
you
guys
do
agree with
that,
it. Go on.
Before you do, can we just like confirm who's out? I think Matic is out, Fred's out, Bailey's out.
No,
and Tele
there's
back.
a possibility Fred is back.
Really?
Yeah.
Fred was
I
seen
thought
with the
Fred-
team.
Yeah.
But
Fred and
I
Telles.
heard. I do this in my best Curtis Mayfield's voice.
Oh yeah, actually no, he
Freddy
has been.
said. That's what they said.
No, Fred is out. Fred was not seen. So right
Freddy
now,
said, that's what he said. Anyway,
here, I'll
Fred
give
are
you guys
dead.
the squad. This is the
Fred
squad
are
that was
dead.
seen.
Fred are
Squad that
dead,
was
man.
seen today: De Gea, Henderson, Heaton, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Telles, Varane, Maguire, Lindelof, Jones, McTominay, Pogba, Mata, Bruno. So that it looks like Fred is out, and then Sancho, Lingard, Alonga, Rashford, Ronaldo, and Cavani. So it does look like Matic is out, Fred is out, Bailly's out.
Guess what? It's a good thing none of them are in my team anyway.
Hey, at least you don't have Scott McTominay at left wing like I've seen you do before.
Listen, don't worry about that. It's okay. It's all it's all part of the fun and the game and the banter. So, guys, what's your team selection? There's loads of comments in here, guys. We will try and get back to some of your comments. I'm trying to go down right towards the bottom of it, just
I
to
have been.
kickstart. Yeah. So there you go. Monday is doing it. So, what's this? Well, I heard Henderson's leaving. Thinking everything, guys. So this is my predicted lineup. So let's kickstart this show with talk. Any changes on what? We'll just take the comments off for a minute on Monday. Yeah. Talk. Any changes there at all you'd make? Guys in the comments as well. Any change as well you'll make?
I'm looking at that. I'm just the only one I would make would be Rashford in for Alanga. I think.
Oh my God! Bath Time's
bring
agreed
Alanga
with me.
off.
Bath Time agreed with me. Get in
Bring
there.
Alanga off the bench if we need him.
Yeah.
Start Rashford for me.
I think Rashford's finally starting to find form. He's starting to finally find his confidence again. His smile is starting to come back. You can't take him out now. You just can't.
Oh wow.
Exactly.
Okay. So on Monday, let's do it.
Yeah, I think it's a very good team as well. I do like the fact that Alanga's coming in. I think he would do a good job, even though Rashford had an assist the other day and done something really well, as in held it up and used the overlap, like distribution. For me, that's an assist because you've assisted assist for the goal. I think that counts for a lot. But Alanga's got a lot more movement and he's on form. So we've got a good balance there, Rashford and Alanga. Either one, they can do a good job. But Alanga's, I think I would go with him. The most important thing about this thing is the shape. We, as Bath Time was saying the other day, we don't want these three midfielders to be, if we're counter-attacking or if we're pushing forward, don't just go gung-ho and just come out of shape. Someone's got to keep their shape, whether it's Pogba, McTominay. We need numbers there just in case, to protect the defence and to protect Maguire if it has to be like that. But I like the team, Solo. I think I'll give you a fist pump. That is on the money.
Yeah. And let's go to Yankee Talk Smack. Let's talk.
Yeah, I think just honestly, Solo, I got to tip my cap to you. I don't often agree with your lineups, but this
What's
is very
going on?
nicely done. I think this is very nicely done. I would have Rashford for Alanga, and I would take the captaincy off of Maguire. I don't care if he's playing. I want the captaincy off of his hands. I want McTominay or Bruno or De Gea leading the line over him.
Oh wow. Okay. So guys, in the comments, what's your predicted lineup? I think, to be honest with you, I find it sort of very strange today that I think I've got everyone who's made a comment so far actually agreed with me on this.
But there's a
Really rare that you have a good lineup. So
Box and Bath Time are saying Tellez over Shaw. Sorry. Box is saying Tellez should come in. He likes him, but Bath Time like he's been poor. Aimless crosses from the half space. He's saying team is 100%. Yep, you got agreement there from Pat Lawless. How you doing, Pat? Agreement from United perspective. One of the family members. Remember the chicken on the table, bruv. Same 11 as the game. Probably won't be able to watch the game if this happens. Okay. Mark Edmund says Maguire should be captain for Paddisell FC. Get him out. Oh my God, the joke's coming in. All right, so there's a big discussion here about they're going back and forth about Shaw and Tellez. Tellez has started to prove himself. We can actually have some evidence to say before Tellez didn't play enough. Now we've seen enough of him. There's an argument to say who should be the first choice.
Tellez is training, but he shouldn't be back in yet. Even Ralph has said he's not going to be back in yet. He's not ready. And honestly, Shaw's been playing way better. There's no reason Shaw should be off. I mean, Shaw had like 3 or 4 chances created on his own last game. The goal that we scored came from him coming down and actually playing good tiki-taka ball and getting the ball across the box for Pogba. You can't leave him out.
What about
crosser on the?
You mentioned the goal we conceded as well about Shaw. Do you think Shaw was at fault at all?
No. Because again, no.
I can understand the people that say that Shaw shouldn't have gone down as quick as he could, but you can't guess exactly when the guy's about to shoot. And that, as I said, that goal doesn't happen if Maguire gets his head out of his arse and actually stays back.
I'm playing devil's advocate on that. Someone said Shaw played well. It was clear he played the guy on side, and also he maybe could have tucked in with the centre backs when they were on. Because the only
guy on the wing. There's a guy walking.
Yeah, but the only issue they had was switching the play. But then if they do switch the play, it's not in on goal. You can just shuffle out wide again. So I thought he should have tucked in a way. But
if Maguire's not double teaming him, if Maguire doesn't unnecessarily double team, then Maguire's back and ready for the guy to come. It's on Maguire.
I'm just asking about Shaw though, like the two things. The offside,
I wouldn't blame Shaw.
Maybe should have tucked in. It's just I'm not saying it's true or not, but So both ends.
Like I said, the thing is though, when you sit there and you listen to the press conference, and people who ain't seen the press conference, I honestly say go and listen to it, because Ralph gave a really good insight of it. Because obviously, everyone is got this thing now with Maguire this, Maguire that, Maguire. Yes, he's been poor all season, but at the same time, yes, he shouldn't have been turned the way he did get turned. But there's a space open up, and then when that space, and most of the players in Man United know Maguire hasn't got the pace. So at the end of the day, it depends on his position. Obviously, his position wasn't greatest. It's going to be a team thing, though, isn't it? Blaming everyone rather than just picking out the individual player. As much as we normally sometimes sit there and say, well, he should have done this, he should have done that. I'm just trying to sort of smooth it a bit over going into tomorrow's game. If Maguire start with a more positive take on it, and hopefully
I don't get
positive performance.
Bath time, I don't know how you say it's not on Maguire. There's no need to double team. He gets himself out of position by double teaming. It's ridiculous. The need to absolutely blame this on Shaw is ridiculous. He's guarding the guy on the wing. If Maguire hangs back and actually does his job, there's no chance that goal happens.
There's a term in football which goes like selling yourself. When you sell yourself, you're done. That's what Maguire did.
I sell myself every day.
To have a balanced argument, I think I agree. You're both right. Maguire did make a decision error there, but I think for shape, there wasn't a threat. But the guy was out wide. Shaw was sort of concentrating on him. He should have tucked in with Maguire, in my opinion.
I think he should have tucked in. I think he should have tucked in, but that's if also Maguire doesn't. He doesn't need to if Maguire does his job.
Yeah, but if Maguire does his job and misses the ball, which can happen, he's there to sweep it up and it will be in a better position rather than sort of last-ditch challenge trying to stop the goal. In a way, it's a good argument, good debate either way.
And then we've got, who is it? Mehdi with his team. He basically went with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka. What was that again? What word did you say on Monday?
Oh my God! Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Varane, Shaw, McTominay, and Hannibal. And
Hannibal's not even in the squad. Hannibal's not in the squad.
He's not in it,
Well,
but that's his team. That's what he would do. That's what his team lineup.
And what
would
did I
be.
say? Was it about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Was this an Aaron Wan-Bissaka joke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pat Lawler says we could change Luke Shaw. So we could change Luke Shaw out with a bag of sand at times and get the same result. He's a big ham sandwich. Oh God.
There's such a bad. It's. I love the delusion from so many fans that just basically have hated on Shaw for so long that they just don't know when to switch off when he's actually playing well.
Yeah.
But last year, here on the Man United agenda, we were raving about him.
Oh yes, Luke Shordinho.
Shordinho, yeah. And he did have a great season last season, as did Harry Maguire. They went to the Euros as well and both performed well at the Euros. So it's really we have to look at why they're not performing so well this season. Or maybe they've never been that good. I don't know. But it's worth a debate. But the one thing I won't have, I mean, sure, he's just a big guy. He's quite big built, isn't he? But he is fit. The way he gets up and down that line, I've got no criticism.
Couple of McDonald's in his pockets.
Just because you're bigger doesn't mean you're out of shape. I mean, he's blowing by players. He's one of the quickest
But
players
then
we
you
have.
say that on Monday, you say that though, but you got to think. Look at the size of Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was,
That's the same. Yeah, but
and Wayne
Rooney
Rooney had some pace. Yeah, Rooney had pace on him as well.
The problem is when they get injured, it's hard for them to come back to that full match fitness.
Yeah, and that's it. So, guys, get your score prediction up because it's almost time. And if you're watching for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe to the Mania Agenda. And also, guys, we have pre-recorded the quiz show, and it is out now for you to watch as well. You must watch it.
Can I just plug it? Guys, if you haven't watched the quiz show, because a lot of people are scared to come and face the quiz master, but if you haven't watched it, you need to watch this one. I'm not going to say what happened, but as the quiz master, it either is going to make me look really bad or look really good. But no one's beaten me as yet, but you need to watch this show. When's it coming out?
It's out.
Oh, it's out now. Guys,
out now,
tune into the quiz show. Honestly, once you finish watching the 10 o'clock takeaway, tune into the quiz show. It's well worth the watch.
Yep. And then also, should I put the score up afterwards or not? Let them watch it and see what the score is. Actually, we won't put the score up. Watch it first, and then, we'll do it. So, guys, we're going to go around the table now, and we are going to ask for people's score prediction. There's 14 people in the chat. I'd love to get all 14 people to give us their score prediction. And I love this name. I absolutely love Mean Mike. I love it. Absolutely. This is probably one of him and Stumpy is probably the best name. Right there.
Yeah, Stumpy Candletop.
Yeah.
Perfect comment. If Pogba actually learns how to get back and play defense, that probably doesn't happen as well. Vaughn's absolutely spot on.
Yeah, and then the United perspective, there is a show called The Takeaway at 10 p.m. tonight. You need to watch it. There's you got Mr. B who's hosting with Talk, and they've got 3 guests on tonight. So keep an ie out for that. And it's every Friday night at 10 p.m. as well. Oh, big up Mike Green joining in the crowd as well. Yes. Big up. So let's start going in now. Let's start going around the table. And if you watching new for the first time, hit the like and also the subscribe button, guys. And guess what? I'm watching the quiz show as we talk right now here as well. So let's start off with Talk MU. Your score prediction, sir.
Come on, Talk. Come on.
Oh, well, look, listen.
And before we do it, let's plug it. Talk, we're doing the watch along tomorrow at 12:30 with on Monday.
Yeah. So
Dream Team's back.
Yes. And the disappointment always wounds me. I always lead the game like I've been slashed across the tummy. And I want to just plug somebody here. And it's our great friend Jay Motti. He did the tweet with him lying on his work surfaces with his hands out like he's skydiving. And I replied with that's Jay's just recreating the feeling that I get in the pit of my stomach before the kickoff. That's what I get now. It's like that sinking feeling. You know, you're like dropping. So with that said, I'm going to go for a 0-0. I'm going to say 0-0. And if we get a better result and we take the 3 points, we'll be able.
You can't sit there and come back and say nothing.
Yes, no. You watch the watch along, and if we take them points, you'll hear it. You'll hear me on the watch along. But as it stands right now, because of just the disappointment, every time I say 1-0 in the past 2 games, they've took the points. So I'm thinking if I go 0-0, we'll get that 1 goal and actually win 1-0.
On Monday, we see the game out.
You know what? you know what? After Southampton's result the other day, I think it's going to be a really good game. We both got something to prove. I think Southampton, they've had their result for the week. I think we're the ones who have to really step up now. It's going to be a really, really good game on the eye. Two systems, two managers that know each other, bumping heads again. Is there a bit of friction between them? Who knows, you know? But I like Southampton. I have to give them a lot of respect. And I think they're a real threat. So we need to be on our game. I think we're going to win 1-0 again. Control the game. Keep the ball far away from the game as possible. And hopefully, Harry Maguire, I'm going to do a player cam on him. Hopefully, he can restore the faith of these fans.
Right. Most likely not.
How many corners is it? I didn't do my thing on the corners. I think with going into the Burnley game, it was 148 corners and haven't scored. And last time we scored a goal was back in March last year. And it was an own goal at West Ham. And we beat them 1-0 from a corner. So we're in trouble. It's a long time, yeah.
And do you know what? It's all about the delivery. It's the delivery of the ball.
We can't beat the Bruno can't beat the first man. So I should say if Fred was fit.
The other day we mixed it up. Do you notice we didn't put one corner in? We started to play it short corners.
Yeah, but give it to Fred. Fred will cross the ball in, mate. Don't worry about it.
Fred's not playing.
I know he's not playing, but I'm saying if Fred was playing,
that's what they said. Come on,
Fred dead. So let's go to Yankee Talk Smack. Score prediction, please, sir.
2-1, and it's going to be a Ward-Prowse goal for them, and then we're probably going to have like a Bruno, and I'm just going to throw out my most random name. I think Varane's going to get a goal. I think our set piece curse is going to be broken with a Varane goal.
Wow. I'm going to go for normally it's a 3-1 win. And I'm going to go for a 2-1. It's going to be a very tight game tomorrow. I'd love to see us score from a set piece corner. And you know what the thing is as well? I'd love it to be Harry Maguire. Absolutely love it to be him. And the reason why I would like it to be Harry Maguire.
Say that again in Keegan voice.
What? I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I love it.
It's I love when Harry Maguire comes and scores.
Yeah. You sound like Solo. You sound like Patrice Evra. You sound like
come on, man. I love this game. I love this game.
Oh, do you know what? I love Patrice Evra. I'll tell you what, he makes me my legs go physical.
You know what we need? You know what this team needs right now? This team needs we need to get Roy Keane just to come in as I'm going to scream at he needs to go and he needs his own personal office and he just calls in the players one by one and just screams at them as much as he can and calls them shite as much as possible and then just send them right back out. Just bring in the next fucker.
Yeah. Or sit there and bring Rebel on. Rebel will be sitting there. Oh, you're gobshites. You're gobshites. You're gobshites. On Monday, would you mind taking some of these comments away, please? The score prediction.
I'll do the score lines, quickly, because we've got a lot of score lines. So start with me. Mike says 2-0, glory, Man United. Sorry, that's a 6-0 here. Sorry, from Bath Time. We're gonna whoop them. Was it them? They got a man sent off early and we beat them 9-0.
Yeah, 9-0. It was a dude who was first. It was like his debut or his second game, and he put his studs into the back of McTominay's calf and got sent off.
Big up Mike.
He's not young boys. He's not young boys.
Mike Green had his debut this week. He's got a 1-1. Big up your new show. Neil says box. Who else? Oh, that's from Rise. Oh no, but he hopes it's 9-0 like last time. We all do. 2-0 to Man United. Sorry, 2-1. Says Matthew Bassett. 2-1 says Mark, all the way from Australia, but with no confidence behind that. Another 2-1 by Pat Lawless. And another 2-1 by United Perspective. And another one from Solo as well. I remember that. And a 1-1 draw here. A 3-1 humiliation in the making. Especially where there's grey shirts. We haven't got grey. What's our away kit? Oh, we're playing at home, aren't we?
Yeah, we're at home, yeah. Let me just ask Mehdi, because of the way he's put that scoreline, is he saying 3-1 to Southampton? There, because we're at home. Obviously, it would be the other way around. Explain.
So, well, Mehdi get a boo from a United Perspective, and he's one of our family members, so we back him. That's why I'm saying, all you other guys, make sure you become members of the show. We can part of the family. You can be like our brothers. And you've seen the size of Connor. He's 6'7", man. You want a big brother like that, don't you? And anyway, yeah, those are all the score lines, and yeah, that's it. Only one person says we're going to lose. So come on, United.
Connor still looks like a midget stood next to Mr. Beano. Sorry, right.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Okay, I got you, United. All right, yeah, there you go. That's it.
So, muted solo.
We can't hear you, Solo. We'd love to, though.
I won't give you all the information regarding the quiz show, guys. So what I'm going to do is show you what you can win if you beat the Quizmaster on Monday. This is what you can win.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I love
Good
it.
evening.
Any suggestions, guys, what we can put on the hoodie? What sort of slogans that sort of
What's
ring
your
true?
thoughts? What's your thoughts? What's your tarts?
There's got to be
What's your
some.
tarts?
Let's ask
1-0.
We all have our own little.
Get your pom-poms in order.
What's your slogan?
So it'd be good to find
Bath
out.
time with United's agenda. What does Bath time always say? I don't know. There must be a slogan that rings true with us.
Oh,
Is
what's
Solo
talking?
got it wrong
I
again?
have one for Talk MU. Solo heard me. He's got to get your pom-poms in order.
Yep,
Oh,
there you
God.
go.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh,
jumper is
man.
mine. The United's perspective, he wants that jumper. You see-
Yep.
Yeah.
Let us know. You got me on Twitter. If you want to come and take part in the quiz, just message me on Twitter and we get you on as well. Mr. B, I'm telling you now, you need to come onto the quiz show. Trust me, you'll be all right, bro.
Yes. Mr. B, you know what? I'm disappointed, Mr. B. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I am disappointed you ain't been on there
What's
yet, bro.
this?
I still need.
Yeah,
I still
I'm
need my favorites. I still haven't come on either.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
haven't, have you? Come
No.
on, grow up
Connor.
there. But I will tell
Connor.
you,
We've got is it Reese? It's not Reese. We've got the gentleman who's the Villa fan. He's coming on next week, and then afterwards, I think we need to get
Fanatic.
United. We need to get. It's either Fanatic. We're going to try and get Fanatic on, or the gentleman from South Africa,
oh yeah.
Ross.
Ross. Yes,
Ross,
he's doing big
that's
things
right.
at the moment. So, what's this? Oh yeah, there you go. Bath time. So do I. I want to see him on the quiz as well. All of us do. We're trying to get the jar fill up of, so you know, once he start doing it, we can get something good on the shirt, like bleep 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 bleep. That's it.
I love Mr. B. I'm not getting.
You know
I'm
what?
not
You know what's
getting
really
zero
funny?
lives.
I saw Mr. B on a compilation because you know everyone loves United and everyone loves to hate on United. I saw him on a compilation of the watch along where we missed, where we scored our goal, where we had one disallowed, and Talk MU and Mr. B are like all over it, man. It's about 20 minutes long. When we conceded, oh my God, yeah, Mr. B and Talk were going off.
I know. Do you
You've
know what? I
been
listened back to that. I was watching it and I'm like, oh shit. Do I really swear that much? But you know what? I can't help it.
Yes,
I can't
you
help
do.
it, bro.
Especially when you Mr. B, you and Mr. B just rub off on each other. Swear jar alert.
Yeah,
I mean,
swear jar.
crazy.
You know what?
Well,
As well, for it,
Go
the
on.
amount of swearing they did after that goal got scored, I didn't sort of monitorize it to find out exactly how much money they owe us. I need to start counting it. I need to start doing it. What's it, Mr. B? I'll probably end up with 0. Listen, if you want Mr. B to come on the channel with you and you go head to head, then we can plan that as well.
Ooh,
On Monday we'll
that's
have
a
the
good
questions
idea.
ready.
Hey, actually,
Yeah.
just
You
got an
guys-
idea there, Solo.
Can I ask something quickly? I see Jay Motti put out a tweet. Sorry, the other day saying when Arsenal played, their goal that they scored, it looked like a foul on a keeper, but it wasn't given. They went to VAR and it wasn't given. And he said, if that was United's, do you think we got like things against us this season? Because the handball the other day, a few
told you.
disallowed goals.
Juju, we got Juju.
It's the
Yeah,
Zulu.
you started the show saying that. I'm starting to question it myself. You know,
Mm.
we're not getting any luck anymore.
Don't worry
Somebody
about
put
time.
some
They
good-
will be very entertaining this Saturday, I promise, because on Monday's on it. On Monday's on the show this tomorrow.
I'll be on it as well, but you'll probably it'll be on me just absolutely passed out asleep.
Nah, to be honest with you, we love the commentary and stuff like that, guys. But listen, from us, the Mani Agenda, as always, Talk MU. He'll be back tomorrow with a Monday. And what it is as well, I believe we've got a reaction show as well a bit later on in the afternoon, so we can join that as well. Connor,
Absolutely.
as always, big up. And
Big
we've
up,
been
Connor.
absolutely fantastic. And thanks to everyone who's become a new member today. Big up to
United perspective.
United perspective for coming on. Pat, we know you're close to your badge being changed. I believe it has been
Big up
changed.
Pat Lawless.
And there's one other person's badge is close to get changed as well. I think Talk knows everything. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I think it's Ajmal Crosman.
Yep, that's the other person.
Yeah,
That's the other person as well. So guys,
Mark,
and then
Mark Edmund, Box, everyone.
and that
Daniel
arrow,
Robert.
the arrow shown to the hoodie, but also guys, just to let you know as well, we have got a phone number which we're going to be releasing onto the channel as from tomorrow. And what it is for everyone who would like to take part in the watch along to put their little video clips up through the watch along, you can do so, and we will give you the phone number so you can contact us. But I need to set it all up tonight for tomorrow anyway. But guys, listen, it's been a fantastic show tonight. Thanks to every single person who's liked, share, and subscribe to the Man United Agenda. Thank you, Mr. B. Thank you, Mark, all the way from Australia. Bath time. The United perspective. Thank you, guys, everyone who tuned in today. Box. Jesus, there's
Pat
names
Lawless.
to go through. Anthony Herbert, Mark, Pat Lawless, Mehdi.
Big up Eddie.
Big up
And, Andrew
as well. Andrew Williams.
Big up
was
to
on as
everybody.
well.
This channel is starting to get a lot of views. It's looking really, really nice on our end.
Yep. Mike Green was
Green.
on the show as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yep. So, guys, there's been loads of people today. Absolutely
Me and
brilliant.
Mike as
Pat,
well.
I've said, me and Mike was on giving his score
Terriers.
prediction.
Yeah,
Yep,
Proud
there you
Terriers,
go.
yeah.
There you go again. So big up, guys. Welcome to the channel as well. New to the channel, guys. I'm stop rambling on. We're gonna go now. Thank you all for watching. Remember,
See you 10 o'clock.
quiz show is on in a minute as well. Quiz show is on now, and after that, you've got the takeaway. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh.
From us, good night.
God bless.
God bless.